Hey guys, good morning. Happy Sunday. I just wanted to share with you what I do when I bring a new plant into the house. I do typically get a lot of my plants from nurseries around the city here. But sometimes, you walk into one of those big box stores and you just see something that you have to have. Well, some of those places are notorious for not really taking care of the plants. You end up with spider mites and aphids and a lot of other things. But you still want to, give the plant a chance. So, what I typically do, or these are the three things that I typically use. Whenever I get a new plant, it never goes anywhere near any of my other plants. It's always segregated. But the first thing I do is change the soil because that's where you have the eggs from a lot of the pests that will destroy your plant. That's where they are, is in the soil. So the first thing I do is if it's really, I prefer to do it outside when it's nice, so I don't do this a lot during the winter. But what I do is I completely remove all of the soil from it. I take my water hose and I gently hose off all the roots, get off as much of the dirt as I possibly can, and the leaves. Then I let it dry just for a little bit so that I don't put the roots back into, I don't put them into fresh soil wet because that can sometimes cause root rot and you don't want to do that. So I let the roots dry out a little bit. Then what I do is once I've got it all potted up, is I take some Dawn dish detergent liquid, okay? Because Dawn is really gentle, but it still cleans really, really good. I make me some soapy water and I clean each one of the leaves front and back, front and back. After I've got the whole thing soaked up, cleaned them front and back, then what I do is I take a plain rag, just water, and I clean the soap off of the front and the back of the leaf. You also want to get the stem too if you have stems there. I let that dry out, and then after that, what I do is I take just an alcohol. I don't know if you guys can see that, but just an alcohol swab or whatever you want to call these, and I run that over the front and the back of the leaf as well to really kill any eggs that may still be there or still may be hanging on that I didn't get off washing the first time with the Dawn. I let that dry out for maybe 24 to 48 hours. And then what I do is I come back and I hit it with this stuff. Now, this isn't a one and done, okay? This you have to do at least once a week for the first maybe 2 or 3 weeks. You have to do this at least once a week. Now, if you actually do see bugs on your plant, you're going to do it twice a week for the first 2 or 3 weeks. And like I said, remember, the entire time the new plant is going to be in quarantine. Do not put it, I know it's hard to resist. You got this beautiful new plant and you want to put it with the rest of your plants. Don't do that because I made that mistake once and it just about took out half of my plants before I even realized what's happening. Because typically, once you see like, it looks like little white cotton or dust or something like that, when you actually see it, it's kind of too late because the bugs have already invaded and that's what they've left behind. And that's kind of what happened to me. I saw this white billowy stuff all over one of my plants and then I noticed it wasn't looking so well and I looked around and there was that stuff on the plants that were surrounding it. So, but just a quick tip for when you bring new plants into your home. Thanks, guys.